Hello there. Alright, so this is the basics for getting PAM to work. So the required items that you need, of course, is a programmable block, a minorship, of course, and a remote block. And before you set anything up, wherever your home is going to be, you want to make sure you have a sorter in the line that you're going to be connecting to. That's going to be your home base, and I already have this one set up, I think, but if not, we'll set it up. Nope, I didn't set it. Alright, so you want to set it to drain all, so it pulls all the ore out of the miner no matter what. Like if this was a huge base and it had refineries were full, it's still going to drain it into open cargo spots. Because as we all know, sometimes SE doesn't do that. Alright, so the optional equipment, which to me is the handiest, is you'll need a text panel and you will need a sensor. Actually, I think the sensor might be one of the required things too. I can't remember. But anyway, I think sensor it's one of the... Anyway, so let's just set it up. So what you want to do is you're going to go in and you're going to go to your K menu and you want to go to your sensor and make sure you put this PAM tag after the word sensor space bracket PAM bracket, and you're going to do the same thing for your text panel. You want it so that it recognizes to use with PAM, and you want to show text on screen, because if not, you won't see anything. You'll just see the online. So let's go back, and already have PAM loaded in the programmable block, so you should know how to do that. But anyway, what was I doing here? I already forgot what I was doing. Oh, text, show text on screen. Alright, so there we have our menu, and on my hotbar I went ahead and I set up so I can move through the menus. So and now I went to where I didn't want to go. How do I get back? Anyway, we'll get to that. So let's just start a new job and we'll stop it. Okay, now we're back at where we need to be. A little hiccup there. And so what you want to do is you want to record your path and set home. So let me move over here. Did have this all lined up so I could just go through it quickly, but alright, so you always want to be locked to where you your home is. At least that's how I do it. You may not have to, but that's how I do it. Go back in. We're going to record our path and set home. So you hit... Oh, I didn't show you how to set up your hotbar. Alright, so to set up your hotbar, of course, you're just going to press G, go to your programmable block, and use the run option, and then you're going to type in... for you to go up in the menu, you would type up, and then for you to go down, down, and then for you to select is the word apply. So whichever one you drag it, like the first one, run, I drag, hit confirm, drag it to 5, or up, I drag it to 5, down, I drag it to 6, and apply, I drag it to 7. So anyway, that's how you set up that. So now we're going to set up our path, and so record path, set home. Oh, one other thing before we start. Before you forget, you always want to go in and set your show sensors field range. Every time you load up the game, it no longer saves. You have to go in every time. It's a pain in the butt. But anyway. Alright, so again, 5 and 6 lets me move through, and 7 lets me choose the different things. So what I want to do before I start, also almost forgot, let's go into behavior settings. Oh, I already set the damage to ignore, but you can see you have different things that you can change the max load. If you're running on batteries, to return home when it's less than 20%, you can press 7 on any of these to change the variables. When done, return home. On damage, ignore. So I hit apply. I can have it, if it gets damaged, to return home, fly to the job position and wait for me to come fix it, just to stop altogether where it's at, or ignore damage. I always leave it on ignore. This is a newer feature, the acceleration 80%. I'm not even going to touch that. I liked it the way it was, so I'm leaving it as it was. So now to go back to a menu, you have the back button, just 7, and let's go ahead and set up our path. Alright, so I want to undock, and we're recording where we want to go mine at. So let's see, somewhere in here would be a good spot to start mining, I think. So now we can tell it to stop path recording, and now we're going to set up our mining job. So we move down to where it says start mining, and then we get this lovely box. So whatever is inside the box is what you're going to mine. At this point, everything is pretty much empty. Well, so everything's empty, so if I told it to start mining, it's just going to mine in that whole red area, and it's absolutely going to grab nothing. So let's move in, and you can see the box is starting to go into the asteroid. So if I want to make a nice little square in the asteroid, the view on here sort of sucks, and probably my video is not going to be so clear either. I was having issues with my recording program. But now, say that's the area that we want, that's cool. If not, you can go in, you can move again. You can set your width, like if you wanted it to be narrow, width minus, of course, you hit 7, it's going to bring it in a block. Width plus takes it back, or you can extend it out. It'll go whatever your sensor, what the vanilla sensor is. So I think that's 50/50 by 100, something like that. Same thing with the height. When you do the height, it takes the top and the bottom off, so you gotta remember that. So if you were lined up, say that you were wanting to make a straight line at the top where this is, but the bottom is a little bit too far down, when you do the height minus, it's going to drop it, so you'll have to raise your ship back up, if that makes sense. So basically, you would have to do that to get it to line back up to where you actually want it to go. And that is pretty much it. We will go ahead and tell it to start the new job, and we will just hop out and we'll watch it run, and you'll see when it gets to its required load, it will fly back home, dock itself, unload, fly back, and continue until the entire red box that you selected as its job is done. So that's pretty much it. So let's just check it out here and see. It probably won't go too much deeper. It fills up pretty quickly, this being a small miner and all, but definitely does come in handy, especially if you have other things that you want to be building on, but you need the resources. Set this thing up and let it I can't talk. Let it rock and roll on its own, and you don't have to check on it unless you do have it set, one of the parameters to stop when it's damaged or something like that. But the code is even built in there. If it gets stuck, it will do its best to unstick itself and continue on. So I've seen that a couple of times where a ship of mine has gotten stuck, and the script has done a really good job of getting it to unstick. Okay, so this isn't filling up as much as I thought. It can fly with a pretty good load on it. You'll see it knocked itself a little off course, and the script automatically adjusts back, and so you're not going to have, like if you're trying to do precise tunneling or anything like that, I've made some really good tunnels with this. So anyway, I was hoping it would go, so you can see it dock and all that good stuff. But you may already be aware of it anyway, but just in case, just so you can see how cool this script can be. Alright, so I might do a little time skip here and show it where it's docking, but it'll be a time skip for you, but I have to sit here and wait. Okay, let's see, it's going back now, and I stepped away a little bit, but you see it's docked, it's unloading itself, and boom, it is taking off. And just to make sure, let's take a look and see. Wow, 665k of ore it carried. That's quite a bit. I didn't realize it would carry that much. Of course, in creative, well, the way this script works, it's still, even though in creative, it still does the limit on how much it can carry, how strong your ship is, how much thrust you have. It calculates all that. So I'm surprised that it carried that much, even though I am in space, but still, it's a shocking amount for that little miner to carry that much. Alright, well, I guess I will end it here and talk to you later.